It might be bugs on the rest of you bugs, but ain't no bugs on me. What's up, Houston media? Y'all showing y'all true colors right now. The Houston media is showing their true colors, and I have to say, I'm shocked. I am surprised. I am appalled right now by the Houston media. I'm surprised. Y'all showing y'all true colors right now. Y'all showing where y'all really stand. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic, and today we're gonna talk some football. Houston Texans football. The Houston Texans have done it. They have hired a head coach, Lovie Smith. They have appointed Lovie Smith and they upgraded Lovie Smith, and now it made him the new head coach, which makes him the 5th head coach of Houston Texans. We're going to talk about, we're going to break down, but like I've been telling you in the last couple of videos, the goal is to reach 5K, 5,000 subscribers. Reach 5K, I'm doing a very, very special giveaway. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. You want to be a part of it, but the only way to be a part of it is to get the channel to 5K, 5,000 subscribers. Trust me, you want to be a part of it. So share it to your homeboy, your homegirl, your cousins, your next door neighbors, your co-workers, all your friends on social media, your Facebook friends, share it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, wherever you want to do. Show it on all platforms. Speaking of social media, hit them links in the descriptions. Follow me on social media. Also, comment. Let me know what y'all think about the whole Lovie Smith hire. Let me know what y'all think. Fans, I want to hear from y'all. I want to know how the fan base of Houston Texans is really feeling about this Lovie Smith move. I've heard what the national types have said, what the media has said. I want to know what the fans think. I'm going to break down what the national people are saying, what the media is saying, but I want to know what y'all are thinking. So y'all like, y'all share, y'all subscribe, y'all hit them links in the description. We also giving away 30 days free of Amazon Prime. If you hit the links in the description, so go ahead, do that. Let's get the channel to 5K, and also let me know how y'all feeling. Now, the Houston Texans have hired Lovie Smith, who was the DC last year, had made him the head coach of the Houston Texans, who makes him the 5th head coach of Houston Texans. And to be honest, I'm not mad at all. I actually told y'all this a while back, that don't be surprised, especially if you in the Discord, and like, y'all need to get part of the Discord with Soft Sports. Y'all need to get part of that, be a patron on Soft Sports, get part of the Discord. Trust me, there's content that you don't want to miss. It's great conversation on a daily basis. But I told those guys, now I'm not for sure if I said it too much on my channel, but I know I've said it in there plenty of times, that don't be surprised if the person who the Texans end up with is a guy who they don't interview. Because the same thing happened last year with Nick Casario. There was all these points. It was Louis Riddick. It was American. It was this. It was that. It was this and that. And in the 11 o'clock hour, we end up with Nick Casario. Oh, it's Gannon. Oh, it's McCown. Oh, it's Flores. Oh, it's McDaniels. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's O'Connell. In the 11 o'clock hour, we end up with Lovie Smith. Not surprised at all. Not surprised in the slightest. And like, to be honest, I'm not upset because, to be honest, now I'm agreeing. Now, is Lovie Smith, was he on my big list of candidates? No. Was he top 5? No. Was he top 2? Obviously not. I don't even think he would be top 10 if I just laid out all the candidates who I potentially wanted. But from the candidates that we was looking at, out of Josh McCown, O'Connell, Gannon, Flores, and end up with Lovie has the best resume. Lovie clearly has the best resume, and been to a Super Bowl, been to 2 NFC Championship games, went to a Super Bowl. Not a bad resume at all, compared to a guy whose Eagle defense and Gannon doesn't look all that impressive. Well, O'Connell, you don't know because McVay still runs that offense. Flores, you hear the rumblings going on in Miami, and then my whole thing with Josh McCown not ever being the coach at any point of his life, on any fashion, college or the NFL. I don't count the whole high school thing when he was helping out at high school. I don't count that at all. Lovie was clear cut the guy. Now, like I said, you hear a lot of people out here talking about some stuff. No, a lot of people talking about, they were just afraid to give the job to Josh McCown because of the whole Flores suing. They got scared and got backed into and basically got forced to another head coach. All that's what I've been hearing all day long. Like the people in Houston are just mad. Like the national types. The media of Houston, all the people who write for the Chronicle and right here and right there and all the they upset right now. Part of the reason why they're upset because they no longer have a plug, because they don't know what's going on. They was for a whole past 2 weeks. It was Gannon, it was O'Connell, it was Josh McCown. Oh, they're going to give the job to Josh McCown. They're going to give it to him. They ain't got no plug no more. They like Tariq and Lorenzo and Powell, they ran out of the plugs. They got rid of the plugs. Ain't no more plugs. They don't got no information that's coming out there on Kirby. They don't know what's going on. They don't know just like we don't know. So they're in the loop. That's the reason why you got your John McClains and your Aaron Wilsons. They upset right now because they don't know what's going on. That's why those guys are upset. It's not because they hired Lovie Smith. It's because they don't have an inside man anymore. But let's break it down. Let's talk about Lovie Smith. Like I said, Lovie Smith. I'm not gonna count. He coached a while in college. He was a linebackers coach for Tampa Bay Buccaneers from '96 to 2000. Was the Rams, DC, in 2001 to 2003. Went to a Super Bowl, lost to Tom Brady in that stretch. Got the DC job. Got the head coach job in Chicago from 2004 to 2012. In Tampa Bay, he was the Tampa Bay coach from 14 to 15. Then in 16 to 20 was the Illinois coach, and then obviously this past year was the Texans DC. He was 2005 coach of the year. Let's talk about some of his coaching records. In Chicago, his first season was 5-11. His second year was 11-5. Went to the playoffs, won the division, went to the playoffs, lost in the divisional round. His second year was 13-3. Went to the Super Bowl, lost to the Indianapolis Colts. His next year was 7-9. Year after that was 9-7. Year after that was 7-9. Year after that was 11-5. Went to the NFC Championship game and lost to the Green Bay Packers. Went 8-8, and his last year was 10-6. A lot of fans in Chicago are upset to this day. They're upset to this day because they actually like Lovie Smith. Because to be honest, if you want to be in complete honesty, as a Bears head coach, he was a damn good head coach. Didn't he just okay career? He was a damn good ass head coach. He was 81-63. 81 wins, 63 losses in a 9-year span, averaging a little over 9.5 wins a game. So he did his job. He could get you double-digit wins. Then, with Hurst's record overall is the stints in Tampa. In Tampa in 14, he was 2-14, and then in 15 he was 6-10. I know last year they also drafted Jameis Winston and stuff like that. So he was 8-4 in this 8-24 in the stint, and Tampa Bay gets his complete coaching record 89-70, 89-87. And he's 3-3 in the playoffs. Like I said, went to 2 NFC Championship games, won Super Bowl, went to a Super Bowl and lost it. He has the best coaching resume of any coach the Texans had prior to getting the job. I know Gary Kubiak won some Super Bowls as the offensive coordinator with the Broncos, but he didn't have any head coaching experience. If I'm not mistaken, I think Don Capers went to one NFC Championship game with the Panthers before he got the job with the Texans, but that was it. And Bill O'Brien was never head coach, and David Culley was never even a position coach. Which, by the way, mind you, I don't get how the people can be upset with them not hiring Josh McCown when a year ago they were upset because David Culley was never a position. He was only a position coach. He was never even the coordinator. Like, how you hire David Culley? He's only been a receivers coach, and it was the worst receivers in the league in Kansas City, and the worst receivers in the league in Baltimore. How are you gonna give this guy a head coaching job? He's destined to fail. Then to turn around a year later, a guy who has zero coaching experience, you mad that he ain't get the job. And you basically blaming the quote-unquote affirmative action because Flores sued the league. So what? So what? Sometimes you have to get backed into a good coach. I think sometimes you can actually get back into a good coaching situation. I actually like this coaching move. I bring you back to, 2018 with the Indianapolis Colts? They hired Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels backs out. And what do? They end up getting Frank Wright, and Frank Wright is showing them. Now I know part of the reason though they did lose Andrew Luck, but Frank Wright can show you for the past few years that he's the right guy for the job. He's a decent head coach, a very good head coach at that. He's been to the playoffs a couple of times, won a playoff game, went to NRG and beat the Houston Texans with Deshaun Watson. So sometimes you can back your way into a good coaching situation. Like I say, Lovie is a qualified guy. Like I say, he's been to 2 NFC Championship games, went to the Super Bowl. Resume kind of similar, to be honest, to an Andy Reid type situation. I mean, I know Andy Reid went to more NFC Championship games with the Eagles, and they were consecutive, but never really went over the hump. Not to mention, Lovie Smith was coaching a division where he had to deal with Brett Favre, then he had to deal with Aaron Rodgers, and then for a stretch he had to deal with both Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers because Brett Favre went to Minnesota, and you had Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, and Brett Favre went to Minnesota. Remember, Brett Favre went to the NFC Championship game with the Vikings when they lost to the Saints. So he had to do a division with good competent quarterback play. Not to mention he had Rex Grossman. Like he took Rex Grossman to the Super Bowl, and then the NC Championship game that he lost. Remember, what's his name? Jay Cutler got hurt in the first half. Didn't play the second half. Was riding a bike throughout the whole second half. And I think they lost by 10. I think they lost 20-10, if I'm not mistaken, in the NFC Championship game. Let me see exactly what the score is, because I don't want to lie to you. I don't think it was that bad of a game, if I want to be completely honest with you. I don't think it was that bad of a game. So, like, let's see what the score is. Yeah, they lost, they lost 21 to 14. They lost by a touchdown. Like, and remember, but Jay Cutler didn't play in the second half of that game. So, this whole notion that he's a mediocre coach, I think he's a decent coach. Like I said, his stint in Chicago, he's a damn good coach. And politics is the reason why he's not the coach of Chicago anymore. And if you ask any Chicago Bear fan, they actually will prefer that Lovie was still there. They like Lovie Smith. No, you don't really find too many Bear fans say anything bad about Lovie Smith. So I think the Texans will be in a good situation. I think the Texans will be in a situation where their defense can play. We've seen an improvement in the defense this past year, especially with turnovers. I think they're going to build through the defense and draft. Build the defense up through the draft. I think their first pick probably is going to be a Kyle Hamilton or Darius Stingley Jr. And I wouldn't be surprised if they find a way to trade back and probably draft, try to see if they can get their hands on the Sauce Gardner, the cornerback out of Cincinnati, because he has the same physical build as Spencer Tillman, Peanut Tillman. They used to play with Lovie Smith back there in Chicago, with a guy who used to force all those turnovers. So I think that this would be a good situation for the Colts. And something that no one's talking about, though. If you go back to training camp, I know I'm probably going to strike some nerves, but if you go back to training camp, every day that Deshaun Watson was at practice and during training camp, every day he walked out to the field, the first person that came up to him every single day, either right before practice or initially right after practice, was Lovie Smith. Every single day, Lovie would walk to him, put his arm around him, talk to him, and walk with him and talk to him. I'm pretty sure give him some type of counseling, keep your head up, who knows what was said between the two. That's between them. What these Texans have shown you, because like I said, this whole thing, they hiring this guy, they hiring that guy, me included. Oh, they're going to hire Jarrell Mayo. Oh, they're going to hire Flores. Oh, they're going to hire Josh McDaniels. Oh, they're going to hire Josh McCown. I was on that same train too, thinking that these things were going to happen. What the Texans showed you right now, if they hire anything, to expect the unexpected. What you think they're going to do, what you think they should do, they're going to do the opposite. Good or bad. Whatever you think they're going to do, whatever you think is about to happen, they do the opposite. That's what this version of the Texans have shown you for the last 2 years. Same thing happened last year. You didn't think they're going to hire David Culley, and they did. David Culley wasn't on your radar. They hired him. Everybody out there, they're going to trade Deshaun Watson. He's not going to make it to the trade deadline. He's not going to make it to the draft. He's not going to make it to the training camp. June 1st, remember the whole thing. June 1st. Deshaun's in trade by June 1st. February 8, 2022. Deshaun Watson still the Houston Texans. Don't be surprised if Deshaun Watson still the Houston Texans. I know people are going to go out there and throw out the stats and throw out the legal situation and throw out the numbers and the contracts and all this. If this team has not shown you anything within the last 2 years, a year and a half to 2 years, it's to expect the unexpected. Period. Point blank. Whatever you think they're going to do, they're going to do the opposite. All the signs are pointing to them trading Deshaun. Don't be surprised if they don't. And don't be surprised if Lovie could... Hey, come on, bro. Let's play. I wouldn't be surprised. Not saying this is going to happen. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. I'm not, like I said, I'm not mad about this coaching. Was he on my top 10 list? Nah, he's not. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I think they actually do have a good job. I'm actually excited. I'm more excited with this coaching hire than I definitely was last year. I'm more excited with this coaching hire than I was when they hired Bill O'Brien a couple years back. I was excited when they hired Gary Kubiak because he was from Houston and the whole type of thing, and the Broncos offense, and he done won Super Bowls as offensive coordinator. I was excited about Kube when they hired Gary Kubiak. So Lovey, as the coaches we hired, he's my second favorite as far as like enthused of going into this process. I'm very excited about this situation. Now, my thing is what they're gonna do personnel wise, what they're gonna do during the draft, what they're gonna do during free agency. Is Nick going to build and make this thing suitable for Lovey? Because this is the thing, they can't get rid of Lovey. We don't know the language of the contract and the length of the contract. David Culley has 4 years left. They're paying David Culley for the next 4 years. They're still paying Bill O'Brien. They're going to walk into the season paying 3 head coaches: Bill O'Brien, David Culley, and now Lovie Smith. They can't afford to get rid of Lovey and be paying another head coach and be paying 4 head coaches at one time, and while 3 of them are sitting on the bench. Nah, they're sitting at home collecting paychecks. He's going to get, I think, at least 3 years. I think he's going to get 3 years, at least 2.5. Now, it depends on the contract. Now, if they give him, obviously, they're going to change his numbers. He's going to make more money. He's going to be getting more money. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to be getting more years. I'm pretty sure at least a year tacked on or something. And if he better just to secure that they can't let you go because they're not about to pay you, David Culley, Bill O'Brien, and whoever the new head coach is. So if this not the guy who they wanted, that's why they got backed into this whole thing. Even if that's true, that's dumb on their damn part. Because now they back to a situation where they can't fire this man. They can't. I know this the whole Black Lives Matter thing and the whole thing with Flores suing the league because he's saying that the African American head coach candidates are not getting a fair shot and all that type of stuff. And y'all feel like that's the reason why this is basically an affirmative action type of hire when it comes to Lovie Smith. Either way it go, they can't get rid of him now. Like they can't. They have hitched their wagon. And if it blows up in their face and Lovey's not the guy and it doesn't work out, I think Nick can't survive this. How can he survive letting go one head coach in 1 year and then boom, being forced? Even if you are getting forced, why are you getting forced? The reason why you're getting forced is because you're about to get a head coaching job to a guy who ain't got zero coaching experience. Reportedly, that's what the reports say. You was about to give a coach to a guy who just a year ago was the backup quarterback on this very team. He has zero coaching experience. Has never coached in the NFL or college. Has helped and assisted his son's high school football team. Wasn't even the full-time coach on his son's high school's football team. That's who you was about to give the keys to. Do I really want to trust you because you were forcing the Lovey? At least you were forced to a coach that actually has coaching experience. So let's see what happens. Let's see how this plays out. I'm very, very much intrigued. Very much intrigued. I think this is about to be something interesting to watch. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be good. I think this is gonna be something very, very interesting to watch. I actually think that Lovey is a good quality head coach, and I think he's gonna be able to help this team out. I'm not saying this team about to go win Super Bowls. I'm not even saying this team is gonna make it to an AFC Championship game because I think that's mostly dependent on the personnel. What do you do defensively? What do you do offensively? I think the signs are pointing to, if I'm not mistaken, if it's not official yet, the signs are pointing to Pep being the offensive coordinator. So we're going to see about that. Are you going to move on from Deshaun? What are you going to get for Deshaun if you do decide to move on from him? Can you convince Deshaun to come back and play? What are you going to do with that type of situation? It's like a spider web of things, a whole bunch of different variables, a whole bunch of things that can happen to depend on Lovie Smith's success or failure. But the thing is, it's officially here. Lovie Smith is the head coach of the Texans. A lot of people in the media are upset. Like I said, the main reason, because they no longer have a plug. They no longer know what's going on. They, or like us, have to wait when the news drop. When it comes close to them, when the news drop, that's why they pissed. They not mad that they hired Lovie. They not mad about that shit. Don't let them fool you. Everything what they saying, they not mad about that. They mad because they no longer have eyes and ears in the room to know to get the scoop. They no longer have the information to get the scoop. That's why they mad. It has nothing to do with the actual coaching hire. They could hire 2 green tomatoes. They don't care. They no longer have the scoop, and that's what all their credibility is based off of. So now they are just speculating like the rest of us, and now they get egg thrown on their face, and because of that, they upset and they lashing out. Y'all showing y'all true colors. Don't listen to that. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because they don't know. They don't know. They're speculating just like the rest of us. Like how we be throwing out fan theories and things like that. That's what they doing. The only thing is they got blue checks behind and they out here trying to tweet it out and make it seem like it's a report. And when it comes back and falls flat on their face, now they look stupid. They look like they're losing credibility because they no longer have a plug. That's all. But hey, like, share, subscribe if you haven't, comment below if you haven't clicked that bell to get more videos. Let me know what y'all think about this. Also, y'all know what it is. Every single Tuesday, y'all see me and my boys, the Houston Texans, everybody on South Sport, the Houston Texans Roundtable, the original Houston Roundtable. Me, Honcho, Wink, Wise, Ray Ray, Braylon, Hector, Tenny, even Professor Trill. Y'all catch us every Tuesday at Fox.com, Fox26.com, Fox26 Facebook. Every Tuesday, 7 o'clock p.m., we go live every single Tuesday. Y'all catch us on Fox. Y'all like, y'all share, y'all subscribe. I holla.